Arise, shine, for your light has come, and the glory of the Lord has risen upon you. Isaiah 60. We're talking about the person of the Holy Spirit. This is beginning to happen more and more today. It happened in the Bible, Old Testament and New Testament, but God is beginning to pour out of his spirit on all flesh, and it's starting to happen to you. And you go, well, why should my flesh, start glowing, lighting, and all that stuff? Why should that be happening? I'm telling you what, you talking about getting some attention. Well, that brings some godly fear on some people when you go to the grocery store and all of a sudden the light shines out of you in the midst of darkness. So we're going to talk about what actually happens when that kind of light or glory of God comes on you because of the person of the Holy Spirit. He's here. He's the one that's with us right now. Jesus said, I got to go back because I've got to send you the Holy Spirit. So we know we have the Holy Spirit here. So now let's just look at Acts 22. And so we're talking about, let's start up about verse 6. And I'm just going to kind of go down the real fast here. Paul said, I was on my road to Damascus, and it was about noon, and a great light flashed suddenly from heaven and shone round about me. Why was that important? Because Paul absolutely believed what he was doing was right, and he was absolutely wrong, completely wrong. He was totally out to lunch because he thought he was doing God a favor by killing all those people. I mean, just think about the power of what I just said. But anyway, but the light had to come and shine in his darkness. Have you ever had the light, the glory of the Holy Spirit shine on you, or at least you thought it was shining on you? You might have said it this way, wow, I was just praying, and all of a sudden I just saw. How many times have you said, I can see that? Oh, yeah, I could see what you're saying. And so that's what happened to him because he was in such deception. Now, do you have any deception that you're dealing with? Maybe so, probably. And so if you do, probably all of us have something somewhere. So what do we want? Arise, shine, for our light has come, and the glory of the presence of the Holy Spirit has risen upon us. So look at this. He said, I was there, and suddenly, so suddenlies are going to start happening when you connect up with the Holy Spirit and you start walking with the Holy Spirit suddenly. And there's going to be manifestations. There's going to be manifestations of light shining up, the glory cloud coming, all kinds of things are going to be happening. And he said, but this light shone around me, or was all the way around me. And so he said, I fell to the ground. Now, when people tell me that, the glory of God was there and this and that and the other, and I go, well, what happened to you? Did you fall to the ground? Did it scare the living daylights out of you because you got a glimpse of the presence of God because of this? I'm talking about reverential fear of God so much that he did all this just for me, just for you, just because he loves you. Well, that's what happened to Paul. He just fell to the ground. But this is the next thing. I'm teaching 1, 2, 3, okay? The next thing is he could see the light. Once he could see the light, then he could hear. Once he could see the light, then he could hear. Once you start having the light of the person of the Holy Spirit in your life, Ephesians 1, 17 through 19, once you start having that happen to you, then the next thing is you can hear. You can hear the Lord talking to you. You can hear the Lord giving you instructions. You can hear the Lord helping you. And so as this outpouring continues, this huge outpouring that God is doing right now, amazing thing that he's just pouring out of his spirit on all flesh. As that begins to happen and continues to happen, then we're going to not only be able to see, but we're going to get so we can hear. Kenneth Hagin said Kenneth Hagin Sr. said way back in the 80s, it's a time of seeing and hearing. You're going to be able to see and hear the person of the Holy Spirit speaking into your life today. God bless you. See you next time.